Hey guys, welcome back to truLOCAL TV. I am your host, Stephanie K, and today I'm very excited because I've got Irma here with us, and we're about to answer the question that I know you all want the answer to, which is how to maximize your truLOCAL order. So you basically came with 3 tips today to help us get more bang for our buck when we're putting together our box. And the first tip is to choose the regular size box. So why is that?
Okay, so I'm a firm believer in always choosing the regular size box, regardless of whether or not you're shopping for 4 to 5 people or you're shopping for just yourself and another person. The regular size box really is the best bang for your buck. You have more than double the amount of points to play with than you do with the small size box. The small size box is a great option if you're just looking for a good tester, like you want to get a feel for the quality of the products. And then once you like everything and you're ready to get a regular size box, I would definitely suggest that you do so. Both of our boxes, whether you choose the small or the regular, they both fit straight into your regular fridge freezer. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to be intimidated when you see that regular size box.
I know, I love that. I got it all to fit, it was perfect.
Yeah, it'll fit no problem. You don't have to have like a massive freezer or anything like that. We would much rather see you getting the regular size box, but get it way less frequently than getting the small size box and getting it more often.
Cool, I love that. That makes total sense. And then tip number 2, you're saying to pick the cuts with multiple servings. So what does that mean?
So I'm also a firm believer in picking cuts that are gonna last you a long time. So cuts like your ground meats for lasagnas and stuff like that, your sausages, which rather than scarving up in like one sitting, you can turn that into 4 different meals or 4 different portions for 4 people. Things like the sirloin tip roast are awesome. Instead of doing like a really like fancy steak, you can cut up a roast and feed 6 people or turn it into 6 different meals. Things like the whole chicken. I know you love the whole chicken.
You can do so much with the whole chicken.
Yeah, for sure. So like literally from start to finish, you can use those bones for bone broth at the very end. So I'm a huge believer in choosing those cuts that are going to maximize the amount of meals you can get out of them versus choosing like a really good cut that you're gonna enjoy for one meal.
Makes total sense. More servings, more dishes, leftovers, what's not to love. And then the third tip, you're saying to pick between, or swap between rather, the simpler or the fancier cuts. So I want to hear about this one.
Exactly. So this is the third tip, but this is probably like the most important tip. This is one that I learned from our customers actually, but the best thing to do is to really just alternate between all of your staple cuts and the cuts that you eat the most of. So things like chicken breast, if you eat a ton of chicken breast, if you eat a ton of ground meats, you love bacon, stuff like that, really don't be afraid to use your 20 points and just get all your staple cuts all at once, fill up your freezer. And then for your next box, that's when you can kind of treat yourself, alternate between like you've stocked up on all your staples and now you're like gonna treat yourself to a nice filet mignon. Or for me, that's like scallops.
I like it, that makes total sense. And then you actually brought 2 example boxes for us to check out, so let's go do that.
Awesome, let's see it.
Okay, so I'm really excited for this part. We've got our 3 tips now, the size of our box, picking cuts with multiple servings, and alternating between simple and fancier cuts. So you brought 2 different options here. Walk me through the difference.
Okay, perfect. So I brought 2 different examples of 2 different regular size boxes. So both of these boxes have 20 points worth of product in them. So as you can see, the person here on the right, they might be entertaining maybe this weekend. They chose something like a prime rib roast. You can see they have 4 lamb chops there. They have the scallops, one of my favorite products.
So good.
So they've chosen some of our cuts that are worth a little bit more points. So for an example, the prime rib roast is worth 5 of their 20 points.
Okay.
Then this person here on the left, so they've also used up their full 20 points, but for an example, for 5 of their points, they've gotten 4 chicken breasts here. They've got 1 pack of bacon. They've got 4 hot Italian sausages and a pound of ground beef, for an example. So 2 really awesome boxes, but built differently and for different purposes. So this person is likely just looking for like a really premium cut. They're having people over. They're maybe not so worried about having a full freezer for a long period of time. This person here built their box to like get their best bang for their buck. So if you're looking to build a box that's a little bit more like this, then definitely the 3 points that we talked about earlier today are how you're gonna get to this point.
I mean, just visually, you can tell that there's a huge difference, but like we said earlier too, you can also alternate back and forth because you can change your order at any time, which is the best part, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so before I let you go, I've got some viewer questions for you. So number 1 is from Elio on Twitter, and he asks, why do you vacuum seal your products?
Great question. So we vacuum seal our products because they're individually portioned, so you can just take out whatever you need whenever you need it. It lasts longer in your freezer that way, and it's also way easier to thaw.
Absolutely. And then Julian on Facebook asks, how often would you recommend someone get their box delivered?
So it's a total preference thing. We get this question all the time. Every family is different based on their lifestyle, their eating habits. I suggest you just start with a regular size box once a month and then just increase or decrease the frequency.
You can change it whenever you want, right? That's the best part. And then Danielle on Instagram asks, what's the best way to cook a whole chicken?
You know what? We actually have an amazing blog post about that made by this lovely lady right here.
I think we do. Yeah, it's a whole roasted chicken. It's available on the truLOCAL website. It's really easy to do, beginner to expert, anyone can execute it.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
So thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. As always, be sure to subscribe for more awesome content or reach out to us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, or comment below and your question might be answered on the next episode.